What is up, everybody? Piscean here. And in this video, I'm bringing you advanced astrology tables, charts, cosmic diagrams. But before we get started, please subscribe, like, comment, share if you dare and care. With peace and love. Alright, so welcome. Alright, this is for my initiates. And sorry if the colors are off now. Oh my gosh. Initiate of the Celestial Arts. What follows is not a primer but a portal, a compendium of astrological intelligence woven for the advanced practitioner who recognizes that a natal chart is a frozen moment of the eternal soul matrix, a crystalline lattice through which the non-local field of consciousness individuates. Each table, graph, and diagram you encounter here is a lens to perceive the recursive holographic structure of time. You can study these not as dead data but as living mandalas, for in the great you got to know the pattern is the co-author for the unfolding. Alright, let's get started with the Servine table of essential divinities, the planetary hierarchy in the zodiacal temple. Before one judges a single aspect, one must weigh the celestial actors in the full regalia. Below is a reconstructed medieval synthesis of Ptolemy, Dorotheus, and the Arabic masters, sacred map of planetary power, debility, and subtle temperament. Where we're looking at a few things here, like the sign, domicile ruler, exaltation, triplicity, day, triplicity, night, as well as term rulers by degree, face, deacon ruler, detriment, and fall. So that's what this looks like. A planet in its own term, but in the sign of its fall, creates a crucible of distillation, the soul's deepest alchemy. Alright, always read essential divinity as a harmonic chord, not a single note. Modern traditional co-rulerships, esoteric notes indicate degrees of heightened avataric descent. The harmonic matrix, aspect rulership, and wave number symbology. So I want to show you the geometry of consciousness in phase space. So you can see that every aspect is a ratio of the circle. A division of unity to a standing wave. And this table correlates harmonic angle orb for the luminous bodies and the color ray for the astrological visualization. Alright, so there are 16. So for example, the first harmonic, we see the angle is exactly 0 degrees with this glyph. The name is a conjunction. The nature is fusion, seed. The orb lights 8 through 10 degrees, the color being pure white. And the keywords being unification, identity, and rebirth. Okay, the second harmonic, 180 degrees, with this glyph, is in opposition, bringing polarization in a mirror with 8 degrees through 10 degrees lighting up as well, magenta, cyan, projection, awareness, and partnership. For the third harmonic, 120 degrees, with this glyph, it's a trine, bringing flow, gift, 8 degrees, it lights up, emerald, harmony, inertia, and innate talent. Alright, and going on to the fourth harmonic, which is 90 degrees. This glyph is a square. Friction, creation, alright, ruby red, crisis, dynamism, manifestation, 7 degrees through 8 degrees lighting up. The fifth harmonic, 72 degrees, is a quintile, creativity, pattern, 2 degrees through 3 degrees, sapphire, genius, style, self-organization. 6th harmonic, 60 degrees, is a sextile, bringing opportunity and stimulus. 6 degrees of an orb, it lights up, gold amber, communication, choice, and ease. The 7th harmonic, 51 degrees 25 septile, is destiny, inspiration, 1.5 degrees through 2 degrees orb, violet, karmic timing, numinous breakthrough. 8th harmonic, 45 degrees, semi-square, irritation, spur, orange-red, friction leading to minor growth. So these are just a few examples. The 9th harmonic is 40 degrees, a novile, ceremony, fruition, initiation, spiritual gestation. The 10th harmonic is 36 degrees, a decile. Alright? Perfection, command, mastery, and cosmic order. The 12th harmonic is 30 degrees, being a semi-sextile, adjacency, dissonance, adjustment, and subtle tension. And the 16th harmonic, 22 degrees 30, being a quindecile, excuse me. Holy shit. Compulsion, shamanic fracture. Alright, here's the graph. And this is the aspect waveform interference grid with the ascendant 2 schematic. As you can see, this is the luminary intensity on top. Then you have it connecting to the next cycle. We have our phase angle below here. On the bottom, clearly we can see our septile and semi-square valleys with destructive interference nodes connected to our biquintile close to the end of our phase angle. And we can see where our aspects are. We add points on to this graph. Quintile, peak, sextile. I mean, hopefully this is understandable for everybody. So the above basically just traces the resultant amplitude when two equal period cycles interact. The constructive peaks at the trine, 120 degrees, and sextile, 60 degrees, represent natural resonance. While a square, 90 degrees, is a point of maximal tension where the wave must recalibrate, and the quintile, 72 degrees, is a purest expression of the pentagonal golden ratio in motion, the signature of creative intelligence surfacing through form. Onto the sidereal codex, fixed stars of fated activation, a celestial array of angelic seals and starry daemons. Only when a planet conjoins a star first magnitude by longitude and parallels it by declination does the native bear its seal. Below are the regal four and their shadow counterparts calibrated to the current precessional epoch. So we have our star name, the long declination, magnitude, planetary nature, and symbolic intelligence. So there are obviously more stars in this, but I'll talk about the main ones like Regulus. So it's law-giving, vengeance if defiled by Mars, but supreme leadership if it's aligned with the sun and dignity. Spica is the sheaf of wheat, genius in arts and science, and initiator of cultural renaissance. Aldebaran is military strategy, but unchecked, it brings collapse through pride, Archangel Michael's sword. Fomalhaut is the mouth of the fish, alchemical imagination, the link between poetic gnosis and materialization. Algol is the Gorgon's head, intense transformation towards a feminine daemon, beheading the ego, a power that kills what is false. And Aries is the rival of Mars. So obsessional drive, the phoenix process, demands utter integrity or cycles of self-destruction ensue. We can overlay these longitudes onto the natal wheel. A planet within 0 degrees 30 of the stellar longitude is in chord at the heart. Within 1 degrees, it is in chord parallel in declination by lesser than 0 degrees 15, locks the stellar emanation into the planetary function. Alright. The luminous degrees, Sabian symbol extracts and degree rulers, oracle of the 360 soul masks. Essentially, the degree is a soul's syllable combined with the face decadent. In the term, it refines the mythic narrative. So, we can look at the degree, the Sabian symbol, Dane Rudar, keyword, and esoteric ruler. So, for example, Aries, 7 degrees, a man successfully expressing himself in 2 realms at once, multidimensionality, and Venus. Alright? Taurus, 19 degrees, a newly formed continent, fresh and green, virgin potential, Mercury. We see Gemini, 25 degrees, is a man trimming palms, cultivation of thought, Saturn. Cancer at 3 degrees. An Arctic explorer leads a reindeer, guiding inner child in the moon. 15 degrees Leo is a pageant with its spectacular floats, moves along a street, social radiance, and Jupiter. Virgo, 30 degrees, totally concentrated upon an inner image, a man ignores the allure of the physical, total consecration, Mercury. Scorpio, 13 degrees, an inventor performs a laboratory experiment, creative risk, Mars. Sagittarius, 4 degrees, a little child learning to walk, cosmic trust, Jupiter. Capricorn, 21 degrees, a relay race, transmission, Saturn. Aquarius, 10 degrees, a popularity that proves ephemeral, detachment from fame, Uranus. Pisces, 27 degrees, a harvest moon, illumines the sky, karmic fulfillment, and Neptune. So, we can plot the Sabian symbol of the ascendant, sun, moon, and the lord of the prenatal syzygy as the 4 pillars of the native's incarnational mythos. On to the cyclic spiral. Planetary periods and the graph of soul phases. Time is a breathing, not a line. So this is our planetary years in Dasha Mahadasha periods, Vimshottari. Planet, minor year, major year, Vimshottari Dasha length in years, and critical phase return. From the Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, and Rahu and Ketu. Alright, so the minor year for the Sun is 19, major year is 120. Vimshottari Dasha length, or we'll say the VDL, is 6. And the critical phase return is every 19 years, Metonic. With the Moon's minor year is 25, major year 108. VDL is 10, every 27.3 progressed lunar return. Mars 15, 79, 7, 15, 30, 45 maturation cycle. Mercury 20, 76, 17, 20, 40 intellectual flowering. Jupiter 12, 82, 16, 12-year cyclical growth, Jupiter return. Venus 8, 82, 20, 8-year pentagram of desire. Saturn 30, 102, 19, 29.5 years safety boundaries. Rahu 18.6 year nodal return in eclipse dragon. Ketu is the dissolution seal. Alright? Now I want to show the synodic wave of Venus Mars motivational biorhythm here. So you see the passionate intensity. That's Mars square Venus tension. Down here we see Venus, Mars seed, time and months, Mars, Venus, illumination peak, and we also have our glyphs to show our aspects. So the above traces the 26-month Venus-Mars synodic cycle. The superior conjunction, Venus behind the Sun, then meeting Mars, sees a new relational creative impetus. The opposition marks a time of maximum externalized tension and awareness in partnerships. In natal astrology, look to the phase of this cycle at birth to understand the native's inherent mode of desire and action integration. Okay? Now let's look at our house division. Philosophical mapping of the terrestrial sphere, a table of quadrant systems and their cosmic alignment. We have our house system, projection surface, philosophical root, and best use. So for example, Placidus. It's unequal, time-based, semi-arcs, Ptolemaic dynamic, the soul's effort to birth into time, psychological depth, transits within the context of the birth latitude. While the whole sign is equal, 30 degrees per sign always. Ancient Hellenistic, the undifferentiated potential of the sign, the core life topics, the theatrical stage of each planet. You can use it with Placidus. Equal. From the midheaven, egoic structural alignment, vocational arc, public standing. Crook, unequal, tangent-based, spiritual evolution via place, locational astrology, progressed birth charts. Campanus, equal along the prime vertical, 3D spatial awareness, astrocartography, the spatial soul. Regiomontanus, celestial equator divisions, rationalistic medieval magic, horary, astrology, exactitude, and divination. And porphyry, trisection of ecliptic arc between angles, Neoplatonic emanation, and philosophical synthesis of the world soul. So, we can use a tripartite method. Whole sign houses for the archetypal foundation, Placidus for the temporal personality, and Coke for the evolutionary trajectory of the soul. And we can lay them concentrically in a triple ring mandala. And that would be pretty fucking fun. And very helpful, by the way. You guys are gonna thank me. The astrologers are gonna know me in a few years. They're gonna be like, damn, we should have found you way earlier. You know what I mean? It is what it is, though. But anyways, let's show you the natal mandala, a living wheel of the soul matrix. It's a schematic of the zodiacal temple with houses, ASC2. So this is it. As you guys can see on screen, we have the ascendant right here, and remembering that our wheel is 360 degrees, this is essentially the 12 faces of the soul radiate from the ascendant, the precise degree of which is the Gaussian eternity through which the matrix individuates. You can plot your planets upon this wheel. The angular houses, the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th, are the pillars of incarnation. The succedent, the 2nd, 5th, 8th, and 11th are the treasuries. The cadent, the 3rd, 6th, 9th, and 12th are the transition gates. A planet on the cusp of any house is a daemon, standing at a threshold demanding to be admitted into awareness. Alright. And that was it. In my next video, stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, share if you dare and care, with peace and love, because we're going to teach you advanced predictive sciences in the deep architecture of dignity, and this is a follow-up to what we just talked about. Mainly it's going to be dedicated to reading the ephemeris in astrology. Hope to see you there with peace and love. Piscean out.